First off, India Gate at the perfect timing. It is sunrise. There we go.
Now we are in the street of Old Delhi and look at this food. We say it aloo puri, and this guy, his name is Raisuddin. This guy is literally one of the best guys.
We're now in the Delhi metro. The metro is actually really good in Delhi. It is very clean. There's a lot of lines and they go all the way outside of the city, which is pretty cool. So you can get pretty far just with the metro. That's quite nice. And it's pretty cheap. I think we paid 200 rupees for a day ticket, so it's pretty fair. We're gonna try out some typical Indian food. This here is a rainbow dosa, multicolored, some kind of dough with some chutneys, sauces. We are now in the Lodhi Garden in New Delhi. The Lodhi Garden dates back to the 15th century and there are some stunning buildings, as you can see here in the background. There's a lot of history in this garden, and the coolest part is actually that you can access the garden without paying, so you don't need any tickets, nothing. It's basically a public garden with these beautiful monuments. Broadcasting live from the Indian Railways. We just received an amazing meal without actually knowing that this would be included in the fare. We have a mango fruit drink, a cookie, some butter, some ketchup. Let's see what this is. This seems to be a worm. And then we have, well, this seems to be some brown bread. Oh, we have something more here as well. Let's see. So we arrived in Agra this morning. We're now at the little restaurant, drinking a little Pepsi to refresh. It's really warm here. It's warmer than in New Delhi. And so far, it has been a really interesting experience. It's very different from New Delhi. It is, I think, much poorer than New Delhi. It's really beautiful.
Mm.
You remember the name of this place?
The Eiffel Tower, no?
We're in the gardens behind the beautiful Taj Mahal. It's really, really, really incredibly stunning. And I honestly have to say, I wouldn't have thought that it would be this big. Not sure if you can see it on the video. In the background it might look small, but it is really, really, really big. But yeah, today we're just seeing it from far away. Tomorrow we're actually gonna do the tour of the Taj Mahal, the sunrise tour. So we're gonna start at 5 a.m. and then we're gonna see it from close up. And since we're gonna do a tour, we're also gonna have a little bit more about the history of the Taj Mahal. And I'm very excited about that.
Can I have
Hey.
a picture with you?
Of course, yeah.
So beautiful.
You too, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really nice in India. People are so friendly. We have arrived in Jaipur city yesterday evening, and now we got finally out of the Airbnb to discover a little bit of the city. It is very sunny, very warm today, but we're very much looking forward to discovering what the city has to offer.
Let me try and find one guy. Let me ask.
Hello. Hi. Hey. Hi.
Ameer Yeah? How much? 200? 100. 100. 150? 150 for two? 150 is good price, you know it. You know 150 is good price.
Thank you.
Today we're gonna see some tigers. We're taking the train now to Udaipur. It's a small town just next to the Ranthambore park, and hopefully we can get a tuk-tuk, get to Ranthambore. So let's see.
We met a very nice man here. What's your name?
My name is Nishan.
Nishan. We met Nishan here on the train station on the way to Ranthambore.
Hello, how are you?
So in the end, the safari was really amazing. We can absolutely recommend doing it. Unfortunately, we did not see any tigers.
We spot wild bear, we spot a lot of really cool animals, and the safari was 1,000,000,000% worth it.
We saw some monkeys, we saw some deers, So, you know, it's just you expect to see tigers, but all the other things that we've seen were already really amazing.
So now we're walking towards the Shri Ganesh temple. It's a Hindu temple, and as you can see here, we're kind of like walking the Great Wall of China, but in Jaipur. So it's a big, long way to the Shri Ganesh temple with 1,000 steps here. And hopefully we're gonna be welcomed all the way up by a beautiful Hindu temple.
We've now arrived on top of the temple. We've just walked up the 1,000 stairs, and indeed it was quite exhausting, but we made it, and we're very excited to see what it's going to look like inside. So unfortunately we were not allowed to film inside the temple, but we went in there and we had a look at some of the decorations, some of the rituals that they have inside, and it was very, very interesting. Some of the things we noticed is that there's a few rules that you have to follow when you enter the temple. One of them is, for example, that you remove your shoes. Some temples you have to face a certain way. Usually people are very, very friendly, and they're happy to help you and tell you what to do and what not to do. So usually if you do something wrong, someone will tell you to please not do it, but they will do it in a friendly way. Probably, yeah.
This is exactly where it should be on the map.
Okay.
It might be one of the other ones here. Let me ask the
Okay, let's ask.
Jaisalmer, yeah.
Yeah.
This bus?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay. There we are. That's our bus. We're about to start our night bus trip from Jaipur to Jaisalmer. We're feeling great. Actually, we're quite surprised that the bus is actually much better than we thought it would be. So what's not? I mean,
it's worse.
the night bus is not the most luxurious thing, but it's not bad neither. We have two people in the sleeper cabin. We have on the right side Val, that is next to the window. As you can see here, the bus just departed, so we're starting to move. Then we have here a little light. It's a bit weird because it's a blue light, but it will do the trick. Actually, you're just seeing me because I have my phone here lit up. If I would have not my phone lit up, you would probably not see me really well. So that's a little downside there. So it is really nice that we have an AC. The AC is pretty good. And then of course here on the right we have a little door with which we can close the cabin. Oh yeah, we can close it like this. And we also have a curtain. Here we see the rest of the sleeper cabins. And on this side we have single sleeper cabins. And on the other side here where we are, the two people double cabins. So we're very excited to start this trip. I will see you in Jaisalmer tomorrow morning. We just arrived in Jaisalmer, and this afternoon we're going for a desert ride, a camel desert ride, and we're going to sleep in the desert, and we're very, very excited about that. And the people that are organizing the tour for us were very friendly to let us shower after taking the night bus, which was really, really needed. So now we're feeling super good, and we just ordered breakfast at this restaurant here, and we can't wait to eat something and especially get some nice coffee. made it to our camel ride right now, sitting on a camel. It feels like sitting on a pretty big horse, honestly, because a camel is much bigger than a horse. But yeah, it feels like a horse. It moves a little bit more. That's the only difference. But for the rest, it feels super, super good. And look at this amazing landscape around us. How are you feeling, Val?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Amazing.
Good morning from our little desert expedition. We just woke up. Pretty nice views around here after a nice breakfast. Now we're going to explore the surroundings a little bit with camels and jeeps, so we're going to see a local village.
We are here now in one of the villages in the desert. We have all these stone houses and mud houses. The stone houses were funded by the government. The mud houses is what they used to make their houses of originally. We feel very welcomed here. Everyone is saying hello, especially the kids are very curious. They come, they wave at you, they say hello. It is amazing to see this.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
This one? You want to have it? Oh, let me give it to you. You can get a little souvenir from me. It might be a little bit big, but when you grow older, it will fit you perfectly. Hello, Froggy Frog. Hello. Hello. Hello.
As we were walking through the streets of Jodhpur here, you'll notice that a lot of the buildings are blue, and it's because Jodhpur is nicknamed the Blue City. The reason Jodhpur is nicknamed the Blue City is first because there was one caste here that was called the Brahmins, and the Brahmins, they used to live in the old part of the city, which is this part where most of the houses are in blue. And the Brahmins were a caste essentially in India, a caste of mainly priests and religious people, and they used to paint their houses blue. So the city was mainly blue because of this in the old part, and now a lot more people are just painting their houses in blue because the government essentially wants to promote tourism, and obviously having these blue colors and these paintings on the walls of the houses and so on is something that is very attractive for tourism.
We're now in the Mandar Gardens in Jodhpur, a garden with a lot of history and a lot of beautiful historical buildings, as you can see here in the back. Some of these buildings date back to the 6th century. The architecture is very impressive, a lot of carvings, usually made out of red sandstone. Bazaar in Jodhpur, and just like most of the bazaars, or actually all the bazaars that we've been to so far in India, it is very busy. There are a lot of tuk-tuks, motorbikes, bicycles, whatever other type of vehicle that you can find. There's a lot of honking. It's pretty busy, which is a little bit sad because you would like to enjoy the bazaar, but you have to constantly watch your feet and watch where you're walking and be careful to not be, I don't know, hit by some kind of vehicle somewhere. You might sometimes see cows or horses or dogs, stray dogs. There's a lot of stray dogs. So yeah, it's kind of the experience of the Indian bazaars. So one thing that you should know is that, for example, here we came for a sunrise hike, and it's really beautiful. If you look at the landscapes, we see the lakes here in the background. And we even paid for this hike. We had to pay a little entry fee to get up here. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, there is trash and waste everywhere. So here there's a collection of bottles. There's trash here. It's really like, I don't know, people not taking their stuff with them, just leaving it here. And even over there, you don't see it here, but over there is there's a trash bin, meaning that there is actually a way to throw your trash away, but people just don't do it. And then their solution to getting rid of the trash is to burn it. So if you see there in the background, there's a little fire, which is also quite worrying because, I mean, there's not much rain here, so just let's not hope that any of these bushes catch fire, because that would not be so nice. But yeah, that's the sad truth behind the beautiful landscapes here. So many motorcycles. walking here in a shopping street in Udaipur, just to give you a little impression of what a shopping street experience is in India, or in Udaipur in this case. We have different shops, some clothing shops, and here we have a shop for all sorts of kitchen utensils, another clothing shop. We have here we have here a shop that sells phone covers, Cover King. Oh, we also have next to it the Cover Cafe, also selling phone covers. Okay, as you can see, the street is pretty busy. Let's wait until they pass. And the last one, and now we can pass here at the side. A lot of honking, as always. Yep. Oh, we have here medical supplies. Some street food here as well. You can grab some snacks. Here we have some artwork store. Yeah, this is always the biggest challenge. Trying to cross the street, a busy street like this, because there's no pedestrian crossings or traffic lights usually. Very rare. Okay, let's see where we can cross. Okay, demonstration, tutorial, how do you cross a street in India? Full of confidence. You just have to pass, and somehow it works. There he is. He is on the other side of the street. You just have to be confident. Okay, now it's my turn. Wish me luck.
Metro direction to Churchgate, which is in the southern part of Mumbai. And people here are amazing, honestly, because the train stations are massive, so it's quite complicated to find the right train, and a lot of people have been helping us. So everyone was guiding us, and in India it was pretty easy, so always works.
We just got out of the metro at Churchgate, and we're experiencing something that we've never experienced before, and that is crazy humidity and the feeling of being in a jungle while being in a city. And it is so humid and so warm that you're just constantly sweating. The sky is very hazy, so there is no sky. At least you cannot see any clouds, any sky. And it's just insanely warm. Insanely warm. You really can't see anything. It is so hazy here. We did a guided tour in one of Mumbai's slums called the Dharavi slum, which is actually the biggest slum in the whole of India. And about 1 million people live there. About 30% of Mumbai lives in slums, which is really a crazy number. And honestly, the tour was amazing. We had a tour guide, G2, who was very knowledgeable himself. He came from the slum. He grew up in the slum. His family is still living there, and he feels like he wants to share his experience, and he wants to share with the world how living in a slum actually is, and that it's actually much different than what a lot of people think it is. Like, people in the slum were super friendly. Everyone was saying hello, everyone was so nice and curious, and the kids would come to you, say hello, ask for your name. And what struck me most was that people were so hardworking in these slums. There were factories of people recycling plastic.
Plastic recycling is the major business there. All the waste plastic which you see in this bag is collected from the streets.
There were leather factories creating bags and creating whatever other sorts of leather clothes and accessories. A soap factory as well.
I have all my friends living here. I actually feel more safe here than I am in the city.
Wow. It was very, very impressive and so different, and you actually felt pretty good there, which is something that I was not sure I would, because it is so different than what we're used to. But wow, honestly, I can absolutely recommend, if you're in Mumbai and you're interested in seeing this with your own eyes, I really recommend booking a tour with G2. I'm gonna add his link, I'm gonna add the link to his tour in the description of the video. I can 100% recommend it. This is one of the best tours that I've done so far in my life.
We now just arrived at the Vipassana temple next to Mumbai. We're now in Kalangut at Kalangute Beach, also called the Baga Beach. And as you might see, it is quite a long beach. It goes all the way to the back there.